Hi everyone. Okay, so this week, for my new outlet exploration, I decided to do Google Plus. I have no actual experience using Google Plus. I'm not on it as a user, and really I haven't had to manage it at work either. I think it's kind of an untapped resource, which is why at first it was a little hesitant to go forward with it, but I figured even if I didn't gain any traffic on my page, at least I would have some experience with it moving forward, which I felt would be beneficial. The reason why I chose it was because, in looking at my blog and basically what I'm doing with, um, Brantford Elephant Notes, as my blog is called, and what I am on different networks. I just didn't think it would make sense to do Instagram or Pinterest or LinkedIn or anything like that because it just didn't seem practical. I know that up at work, I've kind of swayed us away from getting a Pinterest and other things like that because, as great as it is to be on all of these social networks, I really don't believe that it's absolutely necessary. I really do believe obviously the big two are Facebook and Twitter. Those are probably the most important for, whatever it is you're doing to have those. Um, I would say if I was having a bakery, I'd probably have an Instagram or a Pinterest because that's more visual. I did brief work in an architecture firm. I had a Pinterest and an Instagram for them because, again, that's relatable, that will work for them. But for me, I just didn't see those outlets, really working for me. What would I Instagram, kept coming up. Well, what am I going to take a picture of? And so that just didn't make much sense to me. So we stuck with going on the Google Plus. I'll give you guys a brief overview. Again, for consistency, I kept my profile picture the same as is on my Twitter site. I'm going to change my Facebook profile back shortly because the election just ended. Again, same cover photo. There's the link to my WordPress. You can see I have no notifications because I still really haven't quite figured out how to navigate Google Plus. I have posted on my other accounts that I am on here. I just think that, like I was saying, it's just such an untapped resource that not many people are on it, which is again why I was kind of hesitant to even go and move forward with a third network because in my case I just didn't feel it was necessary. But so nonetheless, here it is. And like I said, I mean, basically what I'm doing here is I'm doing the same thing on Facebook, which is trying to, ask questions, engage users in whatever way I can. Posting videos, posting articles, posting pictures, which is what I'm doing on Facebook as well. To just, again, linking to my blog. Um, and again, basically, the goal is to kind of unite Brantford Republicans, Connecticut Republicans, spread news about Republicans. So this is what I'm doing. Cosgrove got elected in Brantford, spreading news about that. In my blog, talking about GOP victories across the state. Um, so, I mean, although that this hasn't been successful on this platform, we can go over to Facebook. And I could show you here that tonight I'm engaging in dialogue and 78 people have seen this post, whereas so that's definitely getting my numbers up. um, so essentially, which is why I really feel like Facebook is really more the way to go for what I'm doing than Google Plus is, because the users just aren't on there, and if they are, I haven't found them. But so taking away from that and discussing my content calendar, and I apologize that it's taking me so long to find these things. I had them all open, but I had to restart to reinstall Java for the fifth time using screencasts. So sure, we can all echo that frustration. Okay, so here we are. So basically, obviously, this week was all about the municipal elections happening in Connecticut, talking about election results. Twitter, I basically retweeted election results and reactions from other people around the state. Same thing with Facebook, posting election results and reactions. Asked for commentary, which I did and I got. Google Plus, I'm just going to use the same methods as Facebook. Next week, we have some major union elections in New Haven, even though that's kind of out of my realm. I'm going to be covering it anyway, because unions do have a direct effect on, the city and state and who they send up to vote for them, etc. Um, their election is on Wednesday, so I hope to live tweet what's going on. And, Facebook basically the same thing as what I did this week, post election results, ask for commentary, and then Google Plus just carry that over. And then moving forward, we have some, you know, kind of hard in the world of politics because after election day, it's kind of like the recess until January when everything kind of kicks into full gear again. Um, but I mean, we do have a couple of local things going on. Economic development is going to be a big issue in Brantford, especially um, with Cosgrove talking about delivering Costco to Brantford, talking about bringing tax revenue to Brantford, taking that off of Brantford residents, putting it on commercial venues. And again, we'll be talking about this, but basically the same thing that I've been doing all semester with my Twitter, which is gain me some followers, is retweeting influencers, linking to current news, and then again, post current news stories on Facebook, follow up with EDC story on my blog, Google Plus, the same thing. This week is kind of awkward because it's Thanksgiving holiday. There's really gonna, unless something groundbreaking happens, there's literally gonna be nothing going on because, like I said, it's gonna be ghost town up at the state capitol. It's gonna be ghost town down here. Um, so I hope to just kind of maybe do a holiday blog post or relate it to something like that. So this is, I assume, is going to be a quiet week. 12/1, we're getting into, looking forward to the next legislative session, talking about what are the major issues this legislative session, review, and then the subject or idea for the blog post can be review last legislative session. And then obviously retweet influencers and current news, post current news stories, see Facebook just like it has been throughout. And then 12/8, we can make predictions on next legislative session. And again, Twitter, do the same thing I've been doing. Facebook, the same thing. And Google Plus, the same thing. 12/15, we're going to be looking forward to new year, new laws. Many of the laws that were signed in July will go into effect on January 1st. So what does that mean for the citizens of the state? What are these new laws? We're going to list them. We're going to briefly talk about them on the blog. And again, retweet influencers and current news. Post current news, see Facebook. And then the end of December, many mayors will be getting inaugurated. We'll be talking about what that means for towns and cities across the state. That will be the subject of my blog post. And again, working the blog post to my Facebook, as well as my Twitter and my Google Plus. And of course, as always, retweet influencers and link to breaking stories on my Twitter. I found that although this content calendar was helpful in kind of giving me an idea of what to move forward with, um, anything with politics based, you could have breaking news come at the drop of a hat, just like we saw with Denise Merrill and using her email account for the state for fundraising purposes on a political level. So, I mean, those aren't really the things that you can plan on a calendar. So, although this was helpful for me for giving me ideas moving forward, just in case there isn't any groundbreaking news that week, I do feel that this will be adjusted accordingly with whatever happens that week. So I do feel that I have the right to tweak this with, whatever breaking news comes. Obviously, that gets priority over these things. So that's it for this week, and I will see you guys all next week. Thanks.